So I saw lots of comments like this, and I agree with you guys. And when I told the story, I said that Anthony came to me and said, "Can you please make Penelope wear a jacket?" I'm telling her to wear a jacket, and she won't wear a jacket. I told Penelope, "Wear the jacket. No questions asked." I backed him up. Penelope says she's not wearing the jacket. She's 14 years old. I cannot hold her down and physically put a jacket on her. And some people are saying, like, well, you're the parent, what you say goes. Yeah, but some stuff just ain't that important. And that's where you end up with kids that are going wild and crazy and walk out the door and do whatever they want. It doesn't do anything for me for Penelope to put the jacket on in front of me. And then as soon as she gets out of the house or as soon as she's out of my sight, for her to take it off. She's 14 years old. I've taught my daughter, all of my children, taught and teaching them that they are in charge of their bodies. They can say no to hugs. They can say no to kisses. They can say no to holding hands. They don't have to greet people and hug people and let people hug them and touch them and sit on people's laps. They don't have to do any of that. I've taught my children to listen to their bodies through hunger cues and things like that to be able to say when they are full. I don't force my kids to eat all the food on a plate. I don't do that because they can listen to their bodies and they can say whether or not they're full. They're not idiots, okay? My daughter knows if she's cold. If she's not cold, she don't need a jacket. If she is cold and she decided not to bring a jacket, she is going to learn. Sometimes we enable children to continue to do behaviors that they could get rid of a lot sooner if we just let them experience the consequences of their decision. So if Penelope decides not to take a jacket and she gets to school and she realizes she's freezing, she'll be freezing. Now what she ended up putting on was a zip up sweatshirt. Her choice. I don't care. I don't care enough about that to make a big deal, ruin her whole day. She's a 14-year-old girl for her to get hormonal, attitudinal, all of that. And everyone's like, well, Anthony loves her, and that's why he's saying that. I love her also. It's not like I don't love her, so I'm like, you don't have to wear a coat. I love her also. I would love nothing. I don't think there's anything besides watching your child eat and knowing their belly is full. Nothing makes a parent feel better than knowing their child is warm with socks on and wrapped up in a blanket and cozy pajamas and in a warm house. Like, that's just what parents want to give their children. So it would make me feel great to do that for her and to see her bundled up and warm because I love her. But the truth of the matter is she's going for 30 seconds from the house to the car. She's getting in a car that has heat. And then she's going from the car to the school building, another 30 seconds. So 1 minute, okay? The school has heat also. Like, she's not gonna freeze to death. And if she realizes that she's cold, then the next day she can adjust. But if she's making the decision, and I do this as an adult, hey, this coat is gonna ruin my whole outfit. Or like, for instance, if I'm going to the mall, I might wear a coat to the car, but I'm not wearing a coat inside the mall. Like from the car to the mall. Why? Because I know once I get in the mall, I'm gonna be warm. I'm not carrying around some big puffer North Face jacket. Like, she's 14. She's not stupid. She's not 4. Okay. My 8-year-old, I will make him wear a jacket. Now, if he starts complaining over and over and over again, I'm hot, I want to take this off. Okay. But it's still going to be there and I will carry it. But I back Anthony up with parenting, but we're not always going to agree on everything. And sometimes I can see a different side of it because I'm like, this is something that's just not worth it. And something that I've learned from parenting Penelope consistently for 14 years is that some things are just not that big of a deal. Like, at 14 years old, I've given up on the room, you know? I would love for her room to be clean, but at the end of the day, that's her space. I draw the line at certain things. We're not going to have food and stuff growing and bugs and rodents. That we're not going to do. But okay, you don't want to put your makeup back and your skincare away every day. I don't care. I've been pregnant for the better part of 2 years now. Some things I just had to say, I don't care. She's 14 years old. You don't want to eat what we're eating for dinner and you say you don't want to eat nothing? Okay, great. I have a house full of food. There's a refrigerator full of food, a pantry full of food. You got DoorDash and Uber Eats on your phone. You can order food if you get hungry. And sometimes she don't eat. Sometimes 2 hours later, I hear the door open and there's a DoorDash man standing at my door with a quesadilla from Tropical Smoothie. Even though we just cooked a nice home-cooked meal. But at the end of the day, I don't care. There's some things like she's old enough to know whether or not she's hungry. She's old enough to know when she's full. She's old enough to know when she's cold and when she's hot. And when they're out there in 103-degree weather looking stupid in a hoodie, any other parent that has a teenager looking stupid in a hoodie in the summer knows the parent thinks they look stupid also. Like, I'm not looking at the parent like, you're such a bad parent. Why don't you make your kid take off that hoodie? I'm like, I feel you, because my kid looks stupid too. When I see another kid shivering, I'm like, I know any parent loves their child and wants their child to be warm. So I know this almost fully grown child that thinks they know everything that there is to know about life at 14 years old decided not to wear a coat today. It is not a reflection of that parent. Sometimes y'all just got to give some of that stuff up. So I back Anthony up. Anthony backs me up, but we don't always agree on stuff. And just this like blind, whatever he says goes or whatever she says goes. We don't do that in our house. We solve it with rock, paper, scissors like real parents should.